It's Healthy Tuesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Mariah Afolabi Brand. As always, I have my co-host, hi lady.
Hi, Mariah.
Jim's in the building. I like the blue and white effect. Girl.
Thank you very
Nice
kindly.
and cute.
We aim to please all the time, you know. They used to call me Tomboyo, so I'm trying to be a little girly, just a little.
You're always in heels. What are you talking about? You're girly. What are you talking about?
You have left the tomboy zone.
Maybe 5 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, because man, in the last 5 years, I've been seeing you in heels.
True, because
And shorts.
it's really because of the show, actually, that I started wearing heels, and I just got used to them. So we closed down our business office in Abuja because of most of the business was happening in Nigeria. We're just paying rent and, you know, paying staff.
Activities in Lagos.
So we have an office in Lagos that we can, you know, distribute all over Nigeria. The reason I'm mentioning, so we now started conference calling to people across the country. Oh, and I've been really enjoying that. I did it on Friday. The network now realized that conference call is cheap. On Saturday, they blocked my number.
Whoa.
Are you for real?
I'm telling you.
Goodness me.
So the ease of doing
One by one.
the ease of doing business in Nigeria. Professor Osinbajo, it is well. Oh.
Okay, so you just highlighted something different that most people wouldn't have noticed, but I think it is important that they should include it. So why would they block it? So that you have to call each person one after the other. But
Because a
if you
conference call is cheap. You know, it goes via internet.
Right.
I had to use another number. I hope they will not block that one.
Mariam, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah,
The
I have
earrings
a
are
rank.
big.
They are.
Are they
right?
heavy?
No, not at all.
Wow,
Quite
cute though,
light.
very cute.
I really love them myself.
So girly. That's a love
Yes, she is.
myself.
Yes, she is. Very.
Very, very proper, you know?
That's so funny. I don't think so. Anyway, I have a rant. Serious one. It's very serious to be.
Okay.
Pencils and sharpeners. Why don't they work?
Oh, welcome to the club. It's blade. We use razor blade.
Because it's from China. Trust me.
Please.
I got my brother, my son, to bring home from the US for me, and I saw the difference.
Are you
I
kidding?
remember
different.
from childhood, it's a
Pencils.
lot different. And you know, you have all these
You
two
keep
beats,
sharpening
so
and sharpening and
keeps
sharpening,
breaking.
and it keeps
Spoils the
breaking.
pencil.
Yes, it keeps breaking.
Oh, so maybe we
I
are going to
remember
import.
Minister of Science and Technology telling us 3 years ago that Nigeria by 2019, I mean 2018, will start producing pencils.
We need to start producing.
We need to start
it,
producing
maybe,
because
this
all
ones
those
don't
pencils from
work.
China, they don't work. Even the sharpeners, they don't sharpen properly.
Yeah, they don't.
I had to tell my brother when he's coming from the US, please bring pencils. Like
Please, you
pencils.
should
Hey,
get
yes,
some for
bring
me as
pencils
well.
from the US.
I noticed
and I noticed that
sharpeners.
those pencils are actually
What I
stronger.
noticed was the crayons. So I actually bought crayons. I also bought crayons from the US. I didn't buy here because the ones you buy here are like wax. You
Yes,
color
and
and
they
you wouldn't
just-
deposit color. So
Anyway.
it's really, really annoying the things, the level
CBN
of...
governor told us also that that he knows that China they won't keep dumping stuff on us.
But we've signed treaty with them, so we're open to them. They can
Send
come
us
here with
anything.
anything.
We just even signed a treaty with Nollywood and China.
Again, I had a really nice day yesterday. I had a shoot with BC, and we had some serious Wakanda moments, you know. But I realized that I'm burning. My husband was like, "You're burning your candles from two ends. You stress yourself out because I don't have a maid, and I'm standing on my feet all through the day. And then I get home and I'm standing on my feet, and I'm looking, where would I shed it? You know, where would you shed it? But I think of it, and I realize a lot of women out there have maids and they don't appreciate them. They don't realize the work that they're putting in. So take our time today, and I know that you're paying them, but just say thank you for the good work they are doing. And our husbands.
Why are you sobbing, Mariah?
No, not at all. I didn't even think of her. As in, can you imagine? You are so...
I didn't get the joke.
She was saying, maybe like I'm talking about you, that you should appreciate your maid, but...
Why
don't
you
mind.
She's
I
shading
beg,
you.
just shout out to all the maids out there and all the women that are doing it.
Me, I must just say that
Just-
anybody who tells you that,
How do you want to put it?
I'm trying to think how to put it, but that thing called tiger nut works. Let them not lie to you.
Ha! Morayo.
What
Oh,
are
you
we
got
talking?
it.
What are we
Yes.
talking
She
about?
cut it.
Yes, Tiger
gonna
Nut has
break.
many...
Let us go on a break.
Advantages.
When we come back. That
Go and
thing
buy
is
it.
worth
Do you have time for the
Yeah.
advantages?
Hey!
See that you're so
Father
busy.
Lord Almighty.
I need to...
All right, we're going to start with the point. We're going to breeze through because we have a lot of exciting things happening today. Dixon meets El Rufai, says restructuring best for Nigeria. Regional leaders seek single-term presidency at the Ohanese Summit. Picture here, remember the offer robbery?
Yeah.
Yes, 2 gang leaders nabbed, say police. We have the CCTV clip of the suspects and then after they were arrested. May 2 collapses in court. Defense lawyer withdraws from case.
Drama king.
SGF unveils 64 million. How can you say drama? Somebody fell down.
Somebody collapsed.
SGF unveils 64 million naira website, says critics not federal government's enemies. Senate team meets Buhari today over the Saraki and Inspector General Rao. Benue buries Catholic priests, 17 parishioners today. Buhari Atiku shouldn't contest presidency in 2019, says Northern Coalition. Obasanjo visits Afenifere leaders, seeks support to rescue Nigeria, and economic growth shrinks to 1.95%. Analysts warn against another recession. IMF doubts Nigeria's capacity to repay debts. All right, the human interest.
Human interest.
The collapse.
The collapse.
So that's human interest now, Abi.
It's not. It's the offer robbery.
Okay, let's take offer robbery.
So offer robbery. 2 of the suspected offer robbers have been nabbed. I'd like to mention them. Kunle Ogunleye, also known as Aro, a 35-year-old Kwara State indigene, and Michael Adiku, who was a police corporal, was convicted and dismissed from the Nigerian police, bringing to 22 the entire number of suspects arrested on this offer robbery. We must really appreciate. Thank you, Mariah. We must applaud.
When police are working, we must appreciate them.
Once they saw 4 of the gang leaders in the CCTV, the police just went after them and, we must applaud them. Yeah. Well done, well done.
Yeah, the police also said that because they put up the pictures, they got a lot of leads from public. So, from the public, so it's good to...
CCTV works.
Yes, and putting up the pictures for everyone to see works as well.
So we know that this is very effective. That means just put CCTVs in strategic locations and would have less crime.
It's actually in the paper. Let's move on now to The Nation. APC to meet Saraki, Dogara, Wakmako, and others. Police arrest 2 of our robbery suspects. We talked about that already. Non-oil sector hits 90% in Q1, 1.9% GDP growth. Restructuring, not youth state terms. Oyetola, SSG, 25 others chase Osun APC ticket. An airline loses $1.5 billion yearly to maintenance and others.
Wow.
Okay. Should we move on now? Let's move on quickly.
You don't want to talk about the
headline?
So the new PDP, not led by Saraki, they have a leader, but Saraki is a member of the new PDP. They're having talks with the APC, and the APC is saying that their grievances are actually genuine and they will transfer them to the president. I thought that that's why they have a chairperson, so that politicking is dealt with by the chairperson and not the president. The president should be facing state matters.
But the chairperson was in the meeting. It was actually organized by them. So, but now they want to carry the president along.
So maybe they want the president to appoint more because priority on their grievances is the prosecution of
We have a special advisor on political matters to the president, so the person should see to it. However, my worry...
The person is running for Ekiti governorship. He's busy.
He didn't get the candidate. He got the candidate.
So he has gone back to work.
He will come back to work. But my worry is that we have within APC, which is the ruling party, people that are they're bickering among themselves, pulling issues concerning the fact that they are answering court cases as one of the challenges they are facing being a political party member. So you have a court case, and you're saying that is an issue for you, that an APC member shouldn't have a court case?
Let's move on to Daily Sun. We have very little time. 2019, Obasanjo, Afenifere team up against Buhari. I thought our meeting was inconclusive, but maybe it was just me. Southeast leaders, Roa, proposed 6-year single-term presidency. Nwabueze Etuwike saved Nigeria from sectionalism and nepotism. Metu collapses in court as lawyer withdraws from case. Catholic Church holds mass for slain priest procession nationwide today.
So Metu's
story,
yes,
you have that story?
Yes, he collapsed in court. They said the judge had actually asked him to sit down and there was no need for him to get into the docks, but he insisted.
No, he didn't insist. What happened was that the judge told him, and the judge passed it on to his people to tell him.
And
between his people
and there were witnesses in court that they heard it
3
times being said to him not to get up from his seat and walk to the dock.
See why we're laughing?
The reason why
Can you see why we're laughing?
The reason why I'm not laughing is because what I read was that the judge mentioned it, right?
Your own report.
And he told his people, his people were supposed to pass it to the PA. Before the PA got to Metu, he was already standing. That's why I'm not laughing, because
there
it wasn't as if
witnesses in court
intentionally.
who heard it said 3 times for him not to get
Metu heard
up.
don't stand up, and then he stood up
What if he
and
didn't
now
hear?
collapsed.
What if he
And
didn't
then
hear?
people are saying it
So
is.
that means
There's
there's
people
no
saying that it was.
Possibility he did not hear, right?
So
was
you're
a
saying it's
drama.
not just spinal cord, it's also ear issues.
Oh, goodness.
I don't understand.
Let's move on. Anyway, Sharp, he collapsed, and unfortunately, I think because just came out and he was still lying down.
Yes.
But do we understand that he's wasting the court time? Many people don't have opportunities to get their cases tried.
Had a spinal
Do
cord
we understand that he's wasting the court time? There are many people that don't have the money are waiting trial for years and are actually innocent. But he is wasting our time by displaying one excuse of health challenge or the other.
What if it's
Anyway,
true?
it might be true because they said the doctor in court said he needed to see his doctor.
Exactly.
But, you know, as you said, he's wasting time. You were asked to sit down so that the court case, the trial would continue. This has been dragging on for too long.
Defense lawyer trying to even pull out of the case and the judge saying, no, you have to continue the work that you started.
No, he didn't.
Let's move on to
he said he would withdraw because the judge insisted that he would continue with the trial. And then the lawyer was like, then I would have to withdraw.
Okay. All right, let's move on to Vanguard.
I can't have my client lying down there and then you say we'll continue with the case.
2019, Afenifere backs Obasanjo's bid to stop APC. UK to Chelsea owner explains source of wealth as condition for visa. Troops killed 35 herdsmen in Benue, 1 soldier missing, 1 killed, 2 wounded. Convention, APC under me won't be platform for all comers, says Oshomole. Has he become the chairman?
He's just campaigning.
He's still campaigning. All right.
Campaign.
Farmers, herdsmen clashes force reversal of upward GDP trend. 2019, be wary of computer-generated evidence, CGN tells judges. A mother's dilemma, I was sacked for giving birth to triplets. I wish I read that story. That was a...
Meanwhile, while we're burying 2 Catholic priests and several others that were killed in Benue Catholic Church, killings are still ongoing, and my only question is, it seems like our political leaders are only interested in 2019. No one is really addressing this Benue killings. Who are we supposed to hold accountable? Is it the IG of police? Is it the governors? Is it the president? It seems everyone just seems quiet.
We just move right along. We just read
There's statistics on a daily basis and we're just quiet. Nobody who is holding anyone accountable, even the Senate, that are supposed to be there to represent us. What are they really doing?
They're worried about Metu and Saraki and his...
No, I've heard many senators, decry it on the floor of the Senate, but they seem powerless.
Yes, especially as they've called this IG. But also, to that story, 35 headsmen were killed, and 11 of the militia were arrested. So that's good news for this fight against headsmen killings.
Yes. Okay, let's move on to the new Telegraph. Troops kill 35 herdsmen. We just talked about that. Doctor buys 28 million naira car with fake bank alerts. I have that story. Saraki Dogara Tamboa won't quit APC, says new PDP. Kachuku, $40 billion wasted in Niger Delta in 10 years. So this doctor was able to hack into banks' computers.
No. That's not what he did. What he did was transfer. So it was a fake alert.
Yes.
It had nothing to do with the bank.
He said that they hacked into banks' computers to be able to produce those fake alerts. So the payments he made are actually fake. So the recipient thinks he gets an alert and it's not true. So he's hacking into the bank's account.
If he had hacked into the bank, the
the
bank should even see a transfer from them. But this person, the auto dealership, so what happened was that a medical doctor who said that he had worked in he's a medical doctor, he'd worked in 3 different hospitals.
28 years old, he's a medical
and decided that Nigeria was too hard. He had gone to Canada and come back, now became a hacker. What he does is he walks into an auto dealership, buys any car. This one, he pointed to a Porsche. How much is it? It's 28 million. And then asked for their bank account details and did like he was transferring money to them. The auto dealer got an alert and was very comfortable to release the keys. 2 weeks later, he then goes to the bank and the bank said no money at all had come into his account. So they didn't see anything with the bank. It was just from my phone into your phone, fake alerts.
And going by his testimony to the police, he was saying that Nigerian banks are the easiest to hack into because he was able to hack into their system to be able to get that alert that he did that was false.
He does credit cards as well.
Yes,
and
almost out of time, but I really needed us to take the story. I just quickly went through the story of Ifeanyi Amadi and his wife, Precious, who are the woman is a trained teacher with
That's
NSC.
the story in
yes, the story
Vanguard.
in Vanguard, and she got pregnant after having 3 children. That she tried using the ring method, but it was always giving her excessive bleeding, and so she had to take it out. And after 9 years of using the rhythmic method, and she didn't get pregnant, she got pregnant unplanned for and had triplets, and that she gave birth through cesarean section. 4 weeks after her break, she wanted to resume. She went back to work to say, "Can you extend my leave? I have 3 children." So that even the 4 weeks they gave her, she's not even going to get paid for it, and they terminated her employment. This is someone that has 6 children, and she was a trained teacher. So I don't know if anybody can. It's in Vanguard. Any
gather around her.
Yes, to see how they can help her.
We'll look into the story. Let's see what we can do to support her, obviously, because she needs help at this point.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we come back, the hottest show on the planet is about to be launched. It's called Political Stew.
Hottest show after ours, you mean?
Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So today, TVC News Nigeria is launching a program called Political Stew. 2019 is around the corner. We have the anchor of the show to enlighten us on what the show is about. Welcome Suleiman Alede to the building.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hey, Suleiman in the building.
Yo.
Hey, you want to sing for him?
Hello, Sulai. Oh, how you doing? Yo, any problem?
Seriously?
That's how.
You see how like you are supposed to be in a political show because you're so straight. We're trying to get you to relax, and you're like,
I'm relaxed. I used to be a rock DJ.
oh really?
Yeah. I did rock music at Metro FM. I also did rock music at Max, then Radio Continental.
Oh,
yeah.
So
I'm a
rock in me.
Oh, great. So, Political Stew is a new show coming up. We're launching today. We're pretty excited about it. The concept, we know 2019 is around the corner. We need to get to the heart of the conversation. You know, want people to be there. Tell us what this show is about and what exactly would you be dealing with on that show?
Well, anyway, I think we're not having a show in a studio like yours. We're having it in a kitchen.
Nice.
So we have a political kitchen, and everything and almost everything discussed is politics and national development, but we spice it with a rich vocabulary of, kitchen, food stuff.
So let me understand, is it a cooking show / a political show?
Well, you really can't predict us. Sometimes we can actually have a meal. I'm serious, yeah, sometimes we can have a meal. And don't forget, it was only yesterday we saw a headline of one of the dailies. We saw politicians making front page, some of them frying corn, some of them eating, and all of those gimmicks, But again, this time we're trying to see relate what we're seeing today in our political space, like a pot of porridge, cooking everything together. And sometimes it's flat, sometimes it's tasty, sometimes it's sour, and sometimes it's pretty good.
We as journalists need to hold the politicians accountable to the people. That's our primary role. And a lot of journalists have been accused, maybe for brown or white envelopes, for not doing their jobs professionally. Tell us how you're going to stay above board. And that the politicians who come to you, you're going to grill them so that the people know the options available to them.
We woke up someday and we realized almost every show host decide to go the hard talk way. They just believe that you must be hard on your guests, on your interviewee, and we missed it there.
Okay.
Not every style must be hard.
Okay.
We have different kinds of interview, whether it's personality kind of interview, whether it's verification kind of interview, you want to verify, you want to affirm, confirm, so many things. And so you should be able to know when to be hard, when to be a little bit, cynical, and, but in all, try as much as possible to get the meat out of it.
Okay.
So once you can get the meat out of it and the people can decipher what exactly it is, then you're on track. Then secondly, I think the envelope doesn't have color anyway.
It has become transparent.
Yeah, it has become something else. A while ago, we were talking about, I heard you people talk about a guy who bought a car with a fake alert or fake bank, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't need an
stuff.
envelope.
So sometimes
Just
so many
an
things
alert.
happen. Yeah. So, but I think that over the years, a lot of people, it's not a Nigerian thing, a lot of people have gotten their hands burnt, you know, in the kitchen trying to work with these politicians.
Okay.
And if you're not too careful, that's when you lose your credibility, you lose the name, and you lose the whole essence of your professionalism. So I think I quite understand the fear there.
Totally. Suleiman, are you talking strictly to politicians, or you're talking to, what's your core audience, not audience, in the, what are the people you're targeting to have conversation, to bring into your kitchen? What are the people you want to talk to?
Politicians and people who are nationalists and people who are good citizens. And I'll use this because sometimes we use the word politics. There's politics in almost everything, even in the family. I have a daughter who, her kind of politics is drama. Yeah, she yells and she screams to get attention, even when nothing. So sometimes you stylishly look at her and you see that no one has touched her. So we have those kind of politicians there. So I'll be speaking with almost everyone, statesmen and women and politicians as well as the people.
Cool. Great. So, well, we wish you the best.
Thank you very much.
We're really excited about it. We're going to see those going to be in your kitchen. We need to pause for a second because we have YK on the phone from all the way from the UK. She's one of us. She's taking care of, she's a grandma now.
Yenikuti.
Yes, she's taking care of her grandson. YK in the building.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hey, YK. How you doing?
I'm fine.
YK. So, how has it been?
The grandma.
He's actually a good baby. Oh. That's the truth.
Are you up
He's
all
actually
night?
a good baby. He sleeps through the night.
Wow. Is
As
the
long as he
weather.
has his mother's breast, he has no problem.
So what do you do exactly?
Me?
Yes.
I just help her during the day when, after she's breastfed, I carry him, I change his nappies, you know, bath him. He's not even giving me problems at all.
You bath the child?
You still have your long nails.
About is that all my
YK.
nails are breaking.
All our nails are breaking.
Please cut them off, please. But that's you. And why do you have the cat so close to the baby? Yeah, YK. Jesus. YK, the cat is so close to the baby.
You know, that day, we just brought the baby home and the cat was like, what is this? So he was looking. So when I went to change him, I just saw him come into the room and
he was there kissing your baby.
You can see how I picked him up. Stay away. For the baby.
Oh, you go, baby.
YK, let me tell you something. We don't allow cats near babies in this part of the world, so please, whether you like it or not, that child is an African child. well, so we're here with Salai. He's starting a new show, TVC News, so we're having a conversation with Salai. So I want to say hello to YK.
Well, that's my big sister. Congratulations.
Hi! Sulaiman, how are you?
I'm fine.
All the time, so I knew about the show.
Right.
Well, it happens that you're not here today, and this is one novel moment for me. But anyway, talking about the cat, don't let cats come close to baby boys, you know, especially when they're naked, if you know what I mean. So cats, they don't stand anything that moves.
So I said, don't kill me with that.
So, well, we're having Johesa coming in afterwards. Could you tell us a bit about your experience in the hospital? Let's just do a bit of comparison.
Yeah.
What happened? Did they delay you? Were you looking for beds for you? Exactly what happened?
You know, the truth of the matter is that we have a long way to go in Nigeria. That's the truth of the matter. And I said I must say this thing on the show because what my eyes saw. Anyway, she went into labor about 2 a.m.
Okay.
But she kept calling the hospital. The hospital said, wait, you are 3 minutes.
Dilated.
Well, the hospital was like 1 hour from the house. Around 9, my daughter said, I can't take it anymore. We got into Uber. Started going to the hospital. In the car, she was, the taxi driver, he was almost dying.
Okay.
Which kind of wala is this? So this girl is going to born in the car. Anyway, we got to the hospital. They
Like you have 10 seconds.
They sent her to the triage.
Yeah.
When they checked her, she was 9 fingers dilated.
Wow.
They rushed her to the labor ward. So we got to the hospital at 10. They had the baby at 11:14.
Wow.
So there was no test. By this time, baby's heart rate was dropping. They have machine to monitor baby's heart, mother's heart. But it's here that I know that, when you are going to give birth here, they will give you enema. They don't give enema there. Is that meconium, they call it meconium, that they know that the baby is ready to come out. Once that meconium has come out.
All right, YK, we have to let you go now, unfortunately, but we'll be calling you intermittently, maybe sometime during the week, maybe next week, just to see how you're doing. Let us know what's going on and help us understand, seeing how you're getting into that. Don't come back home yet. I know you got there a bit early, but please, we're not expecting you. Lagos not meeting you yet. Sit down, 3 months.
What?
3 months, take your time. All right, have a lovely day.
No. I'm enjoying staying with her. I'm enjoying it.
That's nice.
Right. I'm loving the baby. Oh, he's so cute.
All right, take care, YK.
Things have come out again.
All right, then take care. Bye-bye, YK. Thank you very much,
Definitely, we're
Suleiman.
looking forward to.
Sorry,
What
so-
time?
Yeah.
Time.
8 p.m. Tuesdays. It debuts today.
Oh, today, yeah, we're really excited. Everybody tune in to channel 418 on the cable network you have. Let's not mention the name. 418. Don't miss that show, Political Stew with Suleiman Aledo. Thank you very much. Welcome.
All the best.
Thanks
all
for
the
having
best.
me. Yeah, thank you.
All right, we're going to go on a break. When we come back, we'll continue the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. After chatting in YK, it's so difficult to have this conversation. Health workers in Nigeria have been on an indefinite strike for almost 2 weeks now. This has crippled the healthcare delivery across the Federation. Some of its major demands include salary adjustments, payments of promotion arrears, and improved work environment for members. Joining us on the show is the chairman, Federal Area Council Medical Health Workers Union, Comrade Ibrahim Atta, and his counterpart, Comrade Akonde Ebenezer. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
To give us your view, you can call us on 070-806-6801. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. For those who don't have an idea what's going on about the strike, please could you just give us a brief summary of why the strike happened and where we are right now?
Yeah, thank you. Why did the strike happen? The big question. It's unfortunate that we are even on strike. If you look at the healthcare delivery system in Nigeria, it has gone from bad to worse.
True.
You expect that the healthcare professionals will not go on strike. Yeah. But we are on strike for several reasons. Last year, if you could recall, we were on strike and we came back from that strike in September, September 30th to be
Precise.
To be precise. And an agreement was signed with federal government. In that agreement, we have almost 15 issues there, which the government, they had the attached timelines to. I think we have 5 weeks to address the issue of the calculation of the adjustment of the current salary structure. Unfortunately, as we speak, the meeting continued gradually until that 5 weeks today. Before we went on strike in April, how many months from September last year?
Okay.
Can you please tell me?
That's 7 months.
7 months.
7
and
months.
we have been going to Federal Ministry of Health, begging them to do something which they didn't do. And
What is Johesu really asking for?
Who
Is
is
it that-
Johesu?
Oh, okay.
Johesu,
How many people are under the Johesu body?
Because the doctors are not under Johesu.
Yeah,
So,
So
for those who don't understand,
okay. Johesu is just a group of unions within the health sector. They came together to form Johesu. And you have Medical and Health Workers Union.
Okay.
That is where I am. You have the NOAP,
What's NUAB?
That is National Union of Allied Health Professionals.
Okay.
Then you have NASU. You have NAM. That is the nurses and midwives.
The organizations, the people, nurses.
Nurses, you have
So
all the
it's
physiotherapists, every
pharmacists,
other person apart
physiotherapists.
from pharmacists, you have every other professional there apart from medical doctors and dentists.
Okay, so when you started in, it was April 17th, if I'm very correct.
Yes, midnight.
You have had 6 negotiations with the minister representing the federal
Yeah, of
government.
course, yes,
The
and the
seventh
Minister of
one-
Labour too.
The 7th one, you didn't show up because you said that ab initio, the negotiations seemed like the minister was just there to, what's the word?
Pay lip service?
Jeopardize it.
The process.
Now, the minister has also accused you of being difficult, that the 7th meeting, we waited 6 hours, we didn't see you. Tell us about that one.
You see, we are not children. The meeting started, like you said, from 25th of April. That was the first meeting. Then the last one they had was on 16th of May. And at that meeting, it was obvious where the minister was going. Because if you listen to what the Minister of Labour and Employment said at that meeting, he said, look, we have the mandate to end the strike. And the money is there. But the Ministry of Health, populated by the medical doctors and headed by Professor Isaac Adewale, they have a hidden agenda, and the agenda is to just dance to the tune of enemy.
Okay,
So you said the minister said that. So Minister Ngige
Yes.
mentioned that.
Yes.
Talking about his colleague.
No. I'm not saying he mentioned that. He said that they have the mandate to end that strike, the current strike.
Okay.
So my question to you is, what are you asking? Is it unreasonable? Is it that it cannot be done? What is it? And the minister has said that you never had anything down, no documents to show that what you have are minutes of a meeting. So could you tell us about that?
That is we call it fake news. Let me borrow Donald Trump's words, fake news. Now, if you look at the agreement we had last year, he signed. Minister Ngige signed. So is he telling us that it's not binding? It's binding. That is number one. Number two, what are we asking for? We are asking for relativity, not parity.
Okay.
You see, they should not confuse these two words. It's not parity, it is relativity. Right from the word go, there has been this step that the medical doctors or physicians, as we call them, have above their counterpart in the health profession. But along the line, there was distortion. That distortion started from 1991 until 2014. That was the height of it all, when they got their own salary adjusted upward. Alone, and they left Congress behind.
Okay, let me come to you, sir, because we only be hearing from you. Let me hear your own view.
Let me ask
issue
you a
of parity.
question.
Go ahead.
This seemed like a fight between Johesu and NMA. You know, there is a lot of issues. People say that, oh, the medical workers are trying to compete and say that, let them see what they can do without us. We are also key to what is going on there. Break down the negligence of your institution, the entire Johesu, whenever anything is being done in the medical sector, which is what the issues you're pointing out, so that people will not see it as if they're just bickering because they want to be equal to doctors. Can you break down what exactly the negligence that you've seen being played out by the government, giving doctors some privileges, but you don't get it as health workers?
Thank you very much. If somebody claims that he's a leader,
Yes.
then you carry everybody along.
Yes.
Along this line from September to this moment, doctors have had their own salary adjusted more than 2 times. Each time they go to the ministry.
In 7 months?
Yes. And it was prepared. The Honorable Minister of Health himself took it to presidency and got it out for 15 days, within 15 days.
Jesus.
While our own negotiation was still on, promising, oh, don't worry, we'll do something. And if you look at all these things we are asking for, even the one we are asking for, the one they prepared now, it's not even up to doctor's salary.
It's not.
Yeah, minister is talking of we can't end the same salary with doctor. We are not saying we're going to end the same salary with doctor, but please adjust our own as well.
Yes.
Because it's a teamwork in the hospital.
Right. Yes.
Yes. So I think it's very important that people understand that you're not fighting with doctors.
No.
You're negotiating with the federal government. Everybody negotiate your own.
It's even the doctors.
Now,
in insisting that they objecting it, that they must not adjust our salary.
That is where I want to
Yeah,
chip
so
in
that
something.
is where we want to come in. Why should the enemy, why?
Doctors.
Yes, I did the ones paying your salary. How does
They're
it
not
affect
the
them?
one. Thank you.
So we need to know, is negotiation going on with federal government or does it go on with enemy? How does
I think
your adjustment of your salary, how does it affect their salaries?
What they are saying, what they've been saying is that the salary they're going to adjust for us is going to be equal their own. You have not even seen the table. The table has not even corner. You are jumping into conclusion.
What if it's equal? How does it hurt anyone?
No.
I don't even know how it hurt them.
So what are you trying to achieve? You've been on strike for how long now?
Yes.
For 6 weeks.
For 6 weeks.
Yes.
And you are at a stalemate with the government. They are not talking to you.
Yes.
You are not
No,
going
they are
back.
the ones not going to them.
They are
oh.
not
No. We have seen that all these 6 meetings,
Yes.
each time we want to reach conclusion, Minister of Health will block it.
We'll block it.
So
That no,
you
don't
believe that
talk
the
to
Minister of Health is actually speaking for the
For the
doctors?
doctors.
Speaking
He's
for
on
the
the side of the...
doctors. Yes.
So he's not...
Speaking for the doctors.
Okay, so right now the issue is that, yes, the federal government has a position, but the position is still not beneficial to you.
Yes.
To that situation.
Yes.
Now, what other ways are you taking to approach this issue? Now that even the Minister of Health is not coming forth for you, what other options are you looking at?
You know, people, there's this saying that you cannot be a judge in your own matter.
Right.
Minister of Health is a doctor. Igige is a doctor. The permanent secretary, they are all
Minister of
doctors.
State.
Then each time we are
Minister of State
negotiating,
for Health.
you are also always
Doctor.
negotiating in bias. Sympathize with the doctor. So we're asking federal government to institute an independent negotiator, professionals.
Gotcha.
So
Let's
another
go to break.
Oh, okay.
When we come back, we'll continue this conversation. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. Tokwe, go ahead, please.
Okay, so while I was in the hospital, I'm a general hospital person. I use public health sector well. I met one of the admin staff and she was explaining how the privileges that the doctors get is so in your faces. One lady just came back from a 3 months break and all that. No matter, even if she works for the next 15 years here, which will make her service time 25 years, she will never earn a fraction of what an average doctor would earn in the hospital.
Tokwe, say that
You
again.
mentioned
Tokwe, say
she
that
would
again.
not, even if she
20
works for 25 years, she would not earn as an admin staff half of what a doctor earns.
Yeah.
And she is the engine room. They get the file, they process everything.
Yes.
You mentioned that some people had already gotten salary review.
Yeah.
Can you break down what the salary review is and what you're now looking for? The improvement you desire now.
Okay.
That's the enhanced
As it
entry
is
point.
now,
Yes.
the entry point for a pharmacist, and as you all are aware, a pharmacist, what is the gap between a pharmacist and a medical doctor?
Just 1 year.
Just 1 year.
1 year.
But when a doctor comes out of service, maybe get freshly into the clinic, what happened? They start with COMMES 3. COMMES 3 is equivalent to COMHES 11.
Jesus.
Yes.
Grade level 12.
Grade level 12. Good. Now,
The pharmacist?
the pharmacists will come out of the same university and enter at COMHES 9.
Whoa. They are 3 steps ahead.
In fact,
Okay.
COMHES 9.
What about
And
nurse?
the gap between the entry point for a pharmacist and a fresh medical doctor that just entered service at is almost 80-something thousand.
Okay, but this is
No.
not this is not that
No,
you
but-
want the same parity.
No.
Good. So what do you want?
What we have done now, because the gap between these two professionals for now is about 60%. Now, what the USO have done, because they thought we don't know what we are doing, but we came with the right template, how it should be.
Good.
And when we did that,
Right.
the gap between the pharmacist and that person that is entering is just 40%
All
or
right.
40, 45%.
Let me take this call. Good morning, are you there? Thanks for calling.
Yes.
Good morning.
Morning, BC.
Right. You will pay for my credit. For my
Sorry.
card.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Yes. I wanted to comment. The health workers are complaining that the Minister of Education the Ministry of Health is stalling their
negotiation.
Their negotiation.
Yes.
The truth is that we know that whether you like it or not, there's always this sense of superiority, communal superiority in the mind of the medical doctor as against other health workers. They see them as paramedicals. So that has always been there. It's just something that is just there, whether you like it or not. And if you put salary level, who is going to be bossing who? Who is going to be taking instruction from who? If there's nothing that the doctors are earning the same thing. I mean, there's this sense. I don't want any sort of allegiance to obey you or anything. I cannot come shoulders with you.
Okay. All right, thank you very much.
I'm happy that this caller made this call because for me it's quite unfortunate, that you have this fight with the enemy. I thought as colleagues, because you're a team, good, that as colleagues they would want to make sure that you're getting better working conditions, because if you're happy, if your morale is high, if your attitude is better, it will productivity will be better.
My question is on solution, because it is the Nigerian masses that suffer. A lot of us cannot afford to go on medical tourism outside of the country. YK is there, and a lot of mothers will be envious to just be her daughter right now because of the medical care that they're getting. How do we solve the Joe Jesus problem right now?
Okay.
Independent committee.
Let me tell you this. The Minister of Health is a medical doctor.
Yes.
Why? That is number one. If you could recall, when Professor Itai Olambo was the Minister of Health in this country, there was no crisis. He's not a medical doctor.
He read health economics.
Health economics. You need an administrator to head that place.
So you want them to sack him?
No, that is not it's a political appointment. It's left for the president to do the needful. It's not for us to tell him what to do.
So what you're asking is better representation.
Yes, they don't sack him. They should stop siding the doctors. All hospital workers as his staff.
Let me also tell you this. Why is it that all the tertiary health facilities and the secondary are headed by medical doctors? And as you know quite well, our health care delivery system is going down. It has gone down. And we are going on medical tourism. And these institutions are headed by medical doctors.
Right.
They are not good
we saw that the
administrators.
federal government was able to close the gap between the BSc degree and the
HND.
Which was a decisive move. So it's like you're asking for something like that. Like, but yes, we're here, but close that gap. The 40% is what we're asking for. Close it up. Right now, it's 60%. But close it up a bit.
The salary gap was there.
But
it was there. Nobody's
mentioned.
disputing that. It has been there. But the gap has gotten so wide that it will take a pharmacist who enters service now the next 15 years to even meet up to end the salary of a fresh medical doctor.
The hospitals are not well managed.
They are not well managed.
Because it cannot be effectively managed. Yeah, your professional level is different. I use the hospitals. I feel that you can have, a TV station can have production people, but it is not a CEO that is a producer. The person's job is to make money. And manage the resources. The person that should manage the health sector is somebody that knows how to manage and administrate a place.
I think another thing we need to look at, first of all, we need to start seeing that there needs to be respect. Because I know that people will say the doctors look down on all the other health workers. They look at it that the less intelligent or the less smart person does everything else. But these are people that there's BSc nursing. I mean, they spend how many years for pharmacy? These are people with PhDs.
Now it's different.
These are people with These are people with PhDs, masters.
So unfortunately, we have to run up. But it's important to know that it's not just a salary issue.
There's so many other things.
There are like 15 points.
Even to respect court order.
Even in our court order, they are skipping now.
They were the one that took us to court.
The doctors are skipping, and we weren't skipping in 2013 from the National Industrial Court that they went this kangaroo judgment they just brought now that they've not obeyed that court judgment up to today.
We have to go. We only wish you guys the best.
Thank you very much.
We will
at the end of the day, we are the ones suffering because the health workers are not at work. That's
government.
Don't forget,
health workers
your view is going to be 5 exactly a week from today.
Yay!
5 whole years, we deserve some accolades.
Yo, yo, yo.
We're
Congrats.
excited about this. We're going to be celebrating.
Congrats.
Join us. On Monday, we're going to be having a walk.
Yes.
So just to join us, we're going to have our sponsor there also on that day. On Tuesday, we'll be giving out some gifts to our loyal viewers. And on Wednesday, we hope to have some special guests on the show. Thursday, we're going to be hanging out at the like Nalausa at the JTF Park, just hanging out with you guys. Come there, take pictures, hang out with us, dance, do the whole thing. And Friday, we're going to have another special guest on the show. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.